Well, we're back, and my special studio guest today is Treva Kuyper. She heads up a ministry called The Loft. Now, that was formerly Girls' Nite In, but now it's called The Loft.
Yes.
Is that right?
Yes.
And I think one of the most resourceful ministries out there for girls and women. And
absolutely.
What is it? I mean, to give us the essence of what The Loft is all about.
The Loft is an outreach ministry to the whole valley for our teen girls, 8th grade through 12th grade. And it is so our hearts at Community Bible Church that we reach out to these girls to help them navigate through life.
Wow.
We meet once a month through the whole school year, and we talk about things like sex and teen pregnancy, divorce and blended families. Yeah, we get real. We get real. And we have one coming up in November, a new topic called Netiquette, which is online etiquette and safety.
Really?
And we're going to have one of our police officers, Becca Venables, is going to come and talk to the girls and share with them and open their eyes to how to be safe online.
Wow.
So it's practical, but it's a way of allowing girls that have never met the Lord to be introduced to who He is, but girls that already know who the Lord is and are already bring him in and say, this is how we do life. Because the leaders that we have there, the women, we have 25 leaders,
wow,
and they're women that have walked these difficult roads.
Wow.
And they just have a heart to help these girls live in victory and not destruct.
Yeah.
You know,
that is so great, because we know things are tough out there, and few really just grab it and take it for what it is, and that's what you guys are doing.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think just like the other leaders, I'm co-director, but our other co-director, Patty Reed, our assistant director, Brianna Freeman, we've all walked these roads. We all know how hard it is to make it through junior high and high school. And I myself have a past. I have stuff in my past, and I want the girls to know that there's a way to navigate through the messy parts of life and still live in victory, and that's through Jesus Christ.
Right.
But the girls that don't know Him yet, we want to introduce them to the God that loves them. And so that's what this ministry is. And it's just once a month. But they come in the last 2 years. This is our 3rd year. The last 2 years, the girls have told me, this feels like family. This feels like a family of girls.
Oh, that's the essence, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So how do people get involved, and what do they do? They call you at the church, or what?
Yep, they can call Community Bible Church in Central Point. We meet the 2nd Sunday of every month starting in October. We have a kickoff party that we're super excited about, September 29th at 5:30 at CBC in Central Point. And we're going to have games and prizes. The girls are going to come. Parents are welcome to come and check us out. They can go on Facebook. We have The Loft Southern Oregon on Facebook. They'll get all the schedule of events, the concert nights, the movie nights, all the things that we're doing throughout the year. It'll be on The Loft Southern Oregon. We also have a webpage that we're working on. It's under construction, but it's theloftsouthern.com.
Long name, but amazing results.
It is. We want everybody to know that The Loft is the safe place for girls in Southern Oregon, and so that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing.
I just think the Loft thing is just really cool.
Yeah.
What's a typical night look like?
What a typical night look like? Well, we're going to do. We're going to have snacks for the girls. We're going to have coffee, iced coffees, things like that, kind of to loosen them up and help them feel comfortable. But every night that we meet, we have a topic that we go through. We have a special speaker that comes. It's a woman that I meet with, different every single month, that has a story. They share their testimony on what God did to bring them victory through whatever the topic is. So if it's divorce, it might be someone, like I am a child of 5 divorces. So I shared my testimony on the divorce night. And then I'll have someone come in that will share their story and giving the girls hope. Then they break up into small groups based on the grade. So all the freshmen are together, all the sophomores are together, all the 8th graders are together. And they have small group leaders where they get to discuss and ask questions. And then we have a question and answer time where we have women come in and sit down with these girls, and the girls can ask them questions. Things that maybe they're not comfortable talking about at home.
Yeah, well, and again, 8 to what, 12, 13, 14?
8th grade to 12th grade.
8th grade to 12th grade, right?
Yes.
What's so interesting about that is the most impressionable and vulnerable years.
Absolutely.
And self-esteem is everything if it's not dealt with.
Absolutely. Our very first topic in October is going to be, again, the 2nd Sunday at 5:30. It's going to be on beauty. We're calling it Mirror, Mirror. The whole idea of our culture inundates these girls. It's like a battlefield for them.
Oh, they just they're sexized at 10 or 8 or 5 or whatever.
Absolutely, absolutely. And that everything they feel like doing is okay. That's what the world says. Where God says, let me show you the truth. Let me show you who I am. Let me love you and show you how beautiful and special you are on the inside, how I created you. And we talk a lot about their creator. And we get girls that have never met the Lord. I didn't grow up in a Christian home. So my heart is for those unsaved girls, but yet my heart is also to walk alongside the girls that do know him and say, this is how you do it. This is how you do it. This is what God's word says. And this is how we can get through these topics of sex and teen pregnancy, addictions, depression, beauty, online safety, you know.
Let me just ask you, before we run out too much time here, the whole subject of depression at that age, it's real, isn't it?
Oh, my word. Oh, my word, yes. And self-harm. Last year, one of our topics was self-harm. The cutting, the suicidal thoughts that come from depression. It is. There's a darkness. You know, the enemy wants to come and devour these girls, and there's a darkness that they suffer through. And we're not here to fix it. They're not going to come one night and then the next day they're fixed. They're fixed. But God does. So we introduce them to the one that can fix them.
You're planting good seeds in good soil.
Oh, we're trying. We're trying. And God is blessing us. We average about 60 girls on a night.
60?
60. Yeah.
Whoa.
And I just want to see that number go up. I want them to bring their friends. When they bring their friends, they get entered into a special drawing. They win coffee. I love coffee. They win coffee cards. Yeah.
She's got it in the mug here.
So, you know, we just try to put our arms around them. And again, 25 women who have the same heart I do, our co-director, our assistant director, our pastor. We just want to gather them up, show them who God is, and get them through these topics. I am very excited about May. May is Let's Talk About Sex, Baby. That's actually a song from the 80s. And that, it's real. It's on there.
I let her say that. It's right there.
It's on there. We just get real with them, you know, because teenagers can sniff out a fake.
Yeah,
they really can. And so we are just super honest with them. But we're going to talk about sex in teen pregnancy in May. And then we have an organization that's coming through on tour called the Silver Ring Thing.
Yes, right. Yeah.
And one of our girls that was in our ministry the last 2 years is on tour with the Silver Ring Thing.
Wow.
They're going to be in Grants Pass.
Right.
So on May 7th, we're going to take our Loft girls to Grants Pass and go to this purity conference.
Works on that a lot up there.
Oh, love it.
That is absolutely terrific. Let me bump back up to November. Netiquette.
Yes. Yes. Netiquette. Love it.
Yeah. What is it again?
So that's the online safety, online etiquette. A lot of girls, the last couple weeks, I saw our girls on Facebook posting their school schedules.
Oh.
So it says what school they go to, what room number, what subject. And some of these girls have 1,000 friends on Facebook. So what if there is someone able to hack in or look over a shoulder of somebody that they're friends with, even if they trust those 1,000 people?
I'm so glad you're talking about this.
Yeah. So again, to have a police officer come, who's a woman, and talk to our girls and say, these are the reasons why you need to be safe. I mean, the parents are telling their kids this, but the kids, I don't think that they really get it.
Yeah, their parents, you're right.
Right.
Yeah.
So if they hear it maybe from another source, it might sink in a little bit. And a lot of the Instagram and Facebook, a lot of the pictures that are of themselves, you know, we want to just remind them of how they're dressing in those pictures and what guys can see about them and how they're presenting themselves. Again, it all goes back to, you know, God created you so beautiful. Let's walk in that. Let's believe that and walk in that.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
You know, the other part of this is that what really concerns me is so often young girls are overwhelmed with peer pressure. Overwhelmed with, my wife and I, we chatted about this several times. I don't know if we could raise kids today. I mean, how tough is it?
It is so tough. It is so tough. I get messages, private message on Facebook of girls that are pregnant, girls that are cutting, girls that are in the emergency room for suicidal thoughts. And some of that, or a lot of it, is that peer pressure, not always because someone's going to come up to them now and say, hey, do you want to smoke this joint? Or hey, do you want to do this? But it's just the environment is so dark. And when they go to school, they're not just going to school to learn. It's a battlefield. they're going and they have to kind of weed through all the garbage. And at the end of the day, if they're exhausted, it may not be because their subjects are hard. It may be because without them even knowing it, they've had to kind of battle through that day every day.
What do you do when you hear things you know you got to take action on?
Well, and there's a lot of those. We pray about it, and we go to our pastor and ask him about it in way of the Loft, and ask him what we should do, and then we get the parents involved. If it's if suicidal thoughts, suicidal tendencies, we weep with the girls. I mean, we've prayed. Brianne and I have prayed with a girl and cried with her because our heart breaks for them, and we'll get the parents involved. Sometimes on lighter issues, on things that we think that we can help them and talk something through with them. We do a lot of outside coffee dates. Take the girls to coffee, see what's going on in their world, try to help them maybe by sharing a story from our own past and say, this is what God did in our life, and just be that constant in their world, that faithful friend, that faithful mentor in their world.
Well, this is all coming up. Starts on the 29th. That's your kickoff party.
Yes.
And if you have a young girl and you want to get them involved, what do they do?
Absolutely. Call Community Bible Church in Central Point. Get on Facebook, the Loft Southern Oregon. And they will get you to me. And so we will guide and direct them. We would love to have them and all their friends.
And all their friends. How about that? And it's only one night a month. And so coming up, there's the big kickoff party on the 29th. And then October 13th, you start on and you go all the way through till June. We do. And some of these subjects are absolutely spot on. So, well, Treva, thank you.
Thank you.
You're going to do fine.
Thank you.
Somewhere maybe halfway through, let's get together and see how it's going.
Absolutely.
Okay?
Yeah.
All right. We'll see you next time on Focus Today.